Hi there, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. Oh my goodness, it's been absolutely crazy these past few weeks. I've been moving around, and so the move is now official. Within the last week, it's been a total transit period for me. So thank you so very much for your patience with these readings, these early November readings. And all of you who supported the mid-October readings, thank you so very much for your gracious support. And I was so happy to see you guys there. All right, so there are a few announcements here as it pertains to the mid-November readings. I'll be having it same kind of protocol for this month for the mid-November 15th to the 30th readings. And I've changed a few things, okay, to help the process move forward a bit more seamlessly tech-wise. And so for one, okay, they are now available to reserve on the website, alchemynew.com, link in the bio description below. The way that it'll work, okay, is when you order in the email that comes through to you via Alchemy New, so the Alchemy New confirmation order will be a chat link. Okay, so if you have any questions about the tech side of receiving access, okay, then you can chat via that chat link, okay, and it'll come directly to me, so I'll address it right then and there, so that there's no missing emails and so on and so forth. Okay, another note: if you want to reach out via email, please email directly to alchemynew@gmail.com, as if there's a response or direct response to the email that has been sent out via the Alchemy New confirmation email, it doesn't come through, okay? So I realized that, the last month, and so now it's clear that the emails need to come directly, okay, in a brand new email. So if you choose to reach out via email directly, then you can do it that way. Okay. Any other announcements? Okay, so the mid-November readings are going to be delivered on November 11th. Okay, so I'm thinking of doing it right on just a few days prior to the 15th, whenever they will be available during the month. And so if you order them any point until the 11th, know that they'll be delivered via email to you on, or perhaps even a few days before the 11th. All right. And any more announcements here? Let's see. Yes. Okay. The emails will be sent to is that which is linked to the account that you pay with. So if you're paying via PayPal, then it's your PayPal email address. So check that email address when seeking for that confirmation email to come through. And please also check your spam, just in case it goes to spam. Okay, thank you all so very much. I'm so excited to get these early November readings to you. They're beautiful. Transformations abound for us all here. And remember, we are every sign. So, right, it's a matter of how and what propensity it aligns with your particular chart. And thank you all so much again for your love, your light, your support on this journey forward. And I'll talk to you soon. Hi there, Aquarius. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is your early November reading. Thank you so much for your patience with it. Of course, energy is fluid. It may permeate a little before the 1st, a little after the 15th. Without further ado, let us get right into your reading. Aquarius, I was meditating on your energy before I turned on the camera, and I was hearing for you a number of things. I was hearing breaking out of the box, okay, brand new. And there's this focus on specifically branding. Okay, I'm hearing the branding of your cause, okay, and understanding more deeply what I'm hearing makes us tick, and what makes us, I'm hearing feel what we're doing more deeply. Okay. Now, you have the Ten of Swords, okay, at the base of your reading, overlaying the Father of Pentacles upright, Temperance upright, the Daughter of Swords upright, Daughter of Swords mirroring the Father of Pentacles. Lots of characters here. The Temperance card speaks to Sagittarius, okay, in the Major Arcana, you have the Moon in reverse. At the base of your reading, you have the Mother of Pentacles horizontally laid. Sorry about that noise. I almost said Sagittarius. Okay, Aquarius. There's something here that's due. And I'm hearing leaving something behind, leaving something to rest as well. Daughter of Pentacles, as I say that. Maybe speaking to an individual with Earth in their chart, perhaps a financiary, a partnership, potential partnership, speaking to matters of career. I'm hearing camaraderie, but also professional. Okay, this could be a coworker. Mirroring this Mother of Pentacles, there may absolutely be some sort of reception between these two energies, be it two individuals, okay, who are related in a certain way to the financial landscape. You then have here in your apex the Nine of Swords upright, feeling the Three of Swords, okay, in reverse. So there's been a question of partnership, specifically that which may have been in the past, okay. I'm hearing a legal binding in a certain way that speaks to finances and career, that has been a point of perhaps contention. I'm hearing that for a number of you, and a point of recognizing, okay, what it is that you desire that gives you this state of knowing yourself more deeply. By way of the experiences that we experience, what does that reflect for us about us? And it's interesting because there's this sort of, I'm hearing dilation, okay, where it's like we're experiencing some, let's say, a legal situation, or we're experiencing a certain situation with, I'm hearing coworkers, okay. And then it's like, we zoom out in such an objective way. We view this experience, okay, I'm hearing this consolidation of I'm hearing our cause. And we begin to think about almost a certain quality of the experience that is irrelevant, very specifically, technically, in matters of technicality, to what spurred us to explore this dimension. So it's almost as if some situation, okay, that may have persisted for quite some time, that's been a question, okay, I'm hearing binding, well, what do I do? What do I do about this? Okay, yet again, financial, that may have to do with matters of career, finances, perhaps a financiary, okay. Is a reference point for understanding not technically what's going on, but understanding what holds no expectation technically to be understood. And it's that point of exploration, Aquarius, okay, and I'm hearing Sagittarius for you. A Sagittarius individual may be involved, okay, an individual with Sagittarius prominently placed in their chart, maybe a point indirectly, okay, indirectly yet again, almost happening on a level, on an energetic level. I'm hearing as well on an esoteric level, a philosophical,
I'm hearing lesson, a philosophical level. It's almost as if, right, it's like a teacher. Teacher, you go to class and the teacher mentions something while lecturing all the students, okay, that stimulates your thinking, okay, of a certain conceptualization of truth that yet again is not necessarily a barometer of truth. I'm hearing, or foreign, I'm hearing foreign findings, okay, foreign findings, foreign, I'm hearing understanding. It's not a matter of how how we stand in relation to what it is we explore and discover that deems it to be a certain truth. And it's neither a point of how we arrived to the point of exploring it either. So it's very interesting, Aquarius, because there is this sort of, right, and there is this explorative sort of passage I'm hearing that I'm hearing is your number, and has played a part, has always played a certain role, and it may be a matter of intuition, something that you've known, that you've intuited, okay, over time. I'm getting specifically as it pertains to this Daughter of Pentacles, the Moon, the Daughter of Pentacles, right beneath this Five of Cups in reverse. There is a past here, okay, that you're releasing. You're releasing in a certain way as you perceive it, as you feel it. In terms of your expectation of understanding it, understanding of it. There's this release, okay, and you have the Seven of Swords in reverse, and the High Priestess in reverse, the Nine of Cups in reverse. It was Pisces who pulled these three cards, I believe. Yes, okay, not in this order exactly, but Pisces pulled these three cards. I almost said Sagittarius. Okay, and you have Temperance here, right? Sagittarius is card of the major arcana. Aquarius. There's this coming out, okay, to ourselves first and foremost. If I'm hearing, if anything, of the fact that there is no, I'm hearing, determinable nature to understanding what we experience. I'm hearing always. There are ifs, there are ands, and there are buts. I'm hearing, but there's no recollection of purpose. There's no expectation that answers why, I'm hearing, we've shown up to take on the experiences that we do, that we have. There's no point at which we find ourselves operating in the experiences that we experience. We recognize that every experience serves as an instigator, as a stimulus, as a prompting to understanding not just the technicality of the experience of what we're experiencing, but the experience of the experience. And so it's this sort of this bubbling out, okay, of experience and the sort of interpretation of what we experience in a way that compels you to move out of what you experience, almost in sort of like in an objective way, in an out-of-body sort of way, okay, where it's like almost like I need to energetically detach from how I'm experiencing what I'm experiencing in the third dimension to find not yet again why I'm experiencing it, but to understand what this experience leads me comprehensively to recognize about myself. Very interesting. So there's a little bit of a detachment here. Okay, you have the Nine of Wands in reverse, overlaying the Father of Wands upright, the Two of Wands upright, the Six of Wands upright. Fire, 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 fire. Okay, and this is happening in the top left-hand corner of your reading, mirroring this focus on the release, the energetic release, the release of the intellectual rational mind, the clarity of their being, sort of yet again, I'm hearing a presiding force, okay, and it's the fluidity of that understanding that is energetic. I'm getting that is spiritual for a number of you, that as you perceive it, as you may feel it, as you may perceive it, as you may feel it, that is exactly parallel, in line with, in tandem with your course of action. And yet again, it's a stimulus, it's a prompting for directionality, of growth, of productivity even, of finding yourself and your place in the world that you find yourself in. What is it? How is it that you see yourself? How is it that you see yourself as the creator of what you create? What is it that you're creating? Where do you find yourself drawn to navigate the layers of experience? How do you transform through the process of finding, of experiencing and expressing your creative potential? Where does that take you? Even if it doesn't take you anywhere necessarily. Okay, Pisces got a very similar energy. Okay, a question of progress and a focus on the measure of progress in time. Okay, and right there being sort of a shifting in a certain dimension of matters of creation and what constitutes the directionality of what we create and what that means within the context of matters of materialism even, okay, of finances. So there's this sort of protruding cause, this delving very deeply into matters that speak to the very core of our being. It's like, wait a second, I have a wand, okay, and there's a path that is carved by my own doing. What is the force that charges my creative potential? And so it's like it's this moment of the feeling I'm getting is almost as if, right, it's like you have this wand and it's like you've always had this certain tool. Okay, it's almost as if I'm hearing swatch. Okay, I'm hearing swatch team as well. It's almost as if you've always there's this sort of tool or this propensity or this objective even that you've always held, that you've been aware of in a certain way. Okay, I'm hearing granted. Okay, okay, taken for granted, and sort of take it as you will, right? That can be meant in many different ways, but that it's almost as if it's a self-reflective sort of energy that has been coming through for Sagittarius and Pisces thus far, that brings you to see yourself, your gifts, what you've always known in a certain way, in a different light, as it relates to creative potential, as it relates to the directionality, the implementation of this, I'm hearing this gift of as well, this desire. So whatever this reflection is, makes very obvious not only what you seek, but how you bring yourself to a state of seeking it. And it's by way of a sort of situation, a point, a conundrum that is completely foreign, I'm hearing, in principle, to your values, to what you recognize is the vision of the value you bring through you to share with others. And so it's like this, Aquarius, it's like, right, and the thought, right, the analogy that's coming to me here is, it's almost as if, right, it's like, I'm in this situation with a number of people. It could be legal. We're talking about, okay, what's just and what's fair. We're talking about terms. We're talking about it's a certain, right. I'm hearing clauses. Okay, there are clauses. There's a technicality to it. We're talking about values, technically. But when I detach myself from I'm hearing speaking about, thinking about, regarding the term of value in this way, in this context, I begin to explore what values are not a matter of values. So there's this multidimensionality, okay, to what you are experiencing. And on one hand, there's this extroversion of the experience, right, that connects you with others. Okay, I'm talking to all these people, okay, about a certain circumstance, okay, a certain manifestation of a concept, and it's very abstract. Aquarius, very abstract. And then it's like when I zone out and I'm literally imagining you, right? It's like the scene in that movie. In movies, oftentimes that's depicted, right, where there's a certain situation going on. It's like pandemonium. It's conversation, lots of individuals, lots of commotion, and the main character, okay, is technically in the situation. Okay, is technically holding a conversation. Okay, is involved and participating in I'm hearing this dialogue. But suddenly, right? Like all of a sudden, there's this like a snapping out. There's this zoning out from the physicality of the experience, and where we are technically involved, we are shifting our awareness and our participation conceptually. And it's like almost it's this it's like the character, okay, well, in this state of participation, almost loses touch with the expectation of how they are to perform in a certain way in this context. And right, it's like they begin to dream. Okay, they begin to dream of the various ways that this experience is not this experience that they think they've been having. Very interesting. As it may be perceived or felt. And it's kind of like this moment where, right, Aquarius, you begin to explore the many possibilities of where, again, not just the situation takes you, but where your understanding and your frame of reference takes you in every moment. And understanding the role that's played by your mind, your intellectual mind, its interaction with your mind's eye, becomes ever more the focus, the focus. And you come to this point, of course, where you're like, you know what, it's not even about what I'm experiencing. It's not even about where I'm standing right here, right now. It's always a matter of how I perceive it, which is dynamic. And just how far I take myself in the understanding of what I perceive myself to experience is both my point of origin and my point of entry into the transformations of my character. Okay, so thank you so very much, Aquarius, for tuning in. I hope that this reading was helpful for you. Transformations abound, my goodness. Have a beautiful, beautiful early November. And I'll be back soon with your mid-November reading. Hopefully have that in a few weeks. Okay, I'll have notes on that coming up. And I oftentimes post via Twitter any sort of updates and things like that on the channel. So feel free to follow the Twitter handle. Link in the bio description below. The account name is Alchemy and You. Okay. Nonetheless, thank you so very much, Aquarius, all of you, for your dear support, your gracious participation in the mid-October reading. Those of you who participated in it, thank you so very much for connecting and supporting. I appreciate it so very much. All of you for your comments, your likes, your subscriptions. Thank you. And let's see, I highly recommend you to tune into your rising sun or moon sign as well, as oftentimes those may provide you with further insights into your situation For example, I resonate a lot with my moon sign, even more than my sun sometimes. I also resonate with my rising ascendant here and there. Let's see, in matters of career, finances, love, okay, partnership, Venus may play a role, your Venus sign may play a role. So if you don't know your signs, you can click the link below via the description box that you'll find, okay, below to compute your various signs and placements. Just note though that you do need your exact birth time to calculate your rising ascendant. You may be able to get your moon sign if you were born on a day that didn't have the switch in the moon sign. So that being the case, then you don't need an exact birth time to calculate your moon sign. However, Venus, you shouldn't really need a time for, okay, unless the sign of Venus was switching around the time of your birth, okay. Nonetheless, thank you so very much, Aquarius, for tuning in. Thank you for your patience with this reading again. And I know as well, some of you have been asking if I have any personal services, private readings, and the like, and I do. You can find them all on the website, alchemy.com, link in the bio description below as well. I do personal readings, various forms of personal readings, some for relationships, some for, be it whatever relationship you are examining, be it the relationship with yourself, which I often see as the underpinning, the reflection point of the relationship that is experienced reflectively, okay, with others around us as we perceive it, as we feel it. So thank you so much again for tuning in. Have a beautiful, beautiful November, dear Aquarius, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
Hi there, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to your early November reading. And I just wanted to update as the reading for this video was recorded a few days prior to the confirmation of the way the mid-monthly readings would be working. Okay, so the mid-November readings are now currently available to reserve via the link Alchemy and You. Also available in the description box below, so you can click on that. If you go directly to the website, there should be a banner up there, and you can click that and reserve that way. Okay. Otherwise, thank you all so very much for your support. I appreciate it so very much. For those of you who perhaps were not tuned in the last month when I addressed this change in the way that the mid-monthly readings would work, this change really allows for me to continue with the mid-monthly readings. Okay, as I have the personal services that I offer, but I would like to continue with the general readings, giving them the time and the attention that I do. So your support in this really allows me to continue with that. So thank you so very much, all of you, for your support, your love, your light, your comments, your subscriptions, your shares. I'm so very touched by all of you, and I hope to see you in the November reading soon. All right, bye.